Me? A favorite mouse? No idea what you're talking about. What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, and today we're gonna be checking out the brand new 2018 release of the Logitech G502 Hero. This is an updated version of one of Logitech's most popular mouse, and one of my personal favorite mice of all time with the G502. So today in this video, we're gonna talk about what's new, and what are some of the additions to this 2018 version, and kind of tie it into the current state of the G502 4 years after its initial release. This video is sponsored by Unboxed, and Unboxed.tv is giving our audience a brand new platform where you can go and check out some products from your favorite tech YouTubers. The site is updated daily, so the second a brand new video drops, it'll be on the site for you. And what I love about this is it has all the products we show off in a video real time, so you can check it out for yourself, connecting you to sites like Amazon, Best Buy, B&H, etc. The site is very easy to use and is broken down into categories so you can find the tech you're looking for. Even check out your boy on there. If you want to find out more, I'll drop a link for you guys in the description down below. It's unboxed.tv. So at first glance, the G502 Hero isn't going to look any different from the previous two mice, that being the Proteus Core and the Proteus Spectrum. And that's great, because you know the expression, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I feel personally the G502 has always been the most comfortable mouse for me, so I'm happy the form factor didn't change. Now with that being said, there are 3 differences in the G502 Hero that are going to separate it from its past releases. And first off is going to be that brand new Hero sensor in this mouse. The new optical Hero sensor goes from 10,000 DPI all the way up to the 16,000 DPI mark. Now, are a lot of people gonna be able to take advantage of that? No, not really, but you look at a lot of the companies out there that are putting out gaming mice, and 16,000 is kind of like the new standard, so this kind of re-release is gonna kind of refresh that and hit the 16,000 mark like most companies are putting out. This is an improvement over the previous G502 sensor, which was the Pixar PMW 3366, I believe, which only went up to 12,000. For me personally, I usually keep my DPI around like 2,200 or so. That's what I'm most comfortable with. So I'm definitely not gonna be reaching up to those higher marks anytime soon. The second change is gonna come along with the cable here. This is a redesigned thinner braided cable, which is going to aim to prevent any sort of kinking in the cables, which did occur. And as you can see right here on my previous G502 mice, on both of them, where I would kind of route it throughout my desk, there's a major kink going on here. You can see the braided part starting to fall along, and the cable here is like permanently bent. So with the thinner version of this new cable on this mouse, this is going to be aimed to hopefully prevent that. Can't give you guys an update now because this occurred over like 3 to 6 months, that kink. So hopefully that's true. And the third improvement, definitely pretty subtle. They just updated their logo on here. So you have their current branding on the mouse. So now that we have those 3 changes out of the way, let's just talk about the mouse itself in general, in case you're interested in picking it up and you want to find out more about it. First off, this comes in at 125 grams, which is pretty light for a mouse, I think, but it also comes with these modular weights that you can put in the bottom of it. And the sections underneath the mouse are designed so you can put those weights in certain areas if you want a heavier mouse on the bottom or on the front or on the sides. It gives you the real control here, which is good. So by itself, 125 grams, and then all those weights together, if you put them all in at once, you're gonna add an additional 18 grams, with each little weight being 3.6 grams. In terms of its design, it is pretty angular, kind of a more aggressive looking gamer mouse. It comes in at 5.17 inches long by 2.69 inches wide and sits a 1.62 inches tall. And the one thing about gaming mice, which is different from all other gaming peripherals, is this really comes down to your specific preference in what you look for in a mouse. So for example, with the size of this, I think for me, it feels great. I have 8-inch hands from the tip of my fingertip down to the bottom of my palm. So for my fingertip grip, which I use while I'm gaming, it just feels perfect for me. Like it feels right at home. I don't cramp up or anything. And if you have larger hands or smaller hands, obviously finding a mouse that is the right size and the right weight is gonna be best for you. And when I found out like 4 years ago, before I was even doing YouTube, this was released, I went down to my local Best Buy, tried it out, and then right from that moment, fell in love with it, and it just feels great in my hand. I'm so used to it. So a big thing is gonna be, how a mouse is designed and how it feels for you. On both these sides of the mice, there are these rubber textures where your thumb and your pinky is gonna kind of sit, and it does have this sort of tessellated texture embedded into it for a enhanced grip. And on the G502, we have 11 programmable buttons. I'll do a sound test now so you can, check it out. Now with their quote sniper button, that's pretty much gonna be like where this button is right here where your thumb's gonna sit. This is going to lower your DPI to the lowest setting that you set it at inside the software. And I love this because no matter what game you're playing, if you are a sniper, you're playing as a sniper, just getting that really quick adjustment if you're like in a high intensity situation, you hit that, it'll bring it all the way down to the 200 DPI I have it set at, which is gonna let me really narrow in and get a more precise shot. And I've always used that when I'm sniping, so people might not use that. You can set that to be something else if you like, but it's just another reason for me why I always go to this mouse when I'm gaming. So when I plugged it into my PC and started gaming, did I notice any changes? Not necessarily, mainly because I set the DPI from my previous mice to be the same as here, and just from muscle memory over the years, from using a mouse like this, I didn't notice any changes, which is good. Just the main difference here being that upgraded hero sensor going to 16,000 DPI. Now with that said, with this optical mouse, with the previous versions, if you were using this on a white surface, the mouse would not track at all. But I noticed now using this on a white desk or on a notebook, it still tracks. So if you're someone who has a white mouse pad, or you just have a white desktop with no mouse pad, it's gonna work fine for you. And before we wrap this up, before I get into my plea to Logitech, we do have an enhanced sort of software now coming with the G Hub, which just got released alongside the mouse. This is where you can go in and change all your DPI settings. You're very familiar with, mice software, so odds are nothing new to you. And with their upgraded G logo on the mouse, that is pretty much your only source of RGB lighting on here. You can go in and set it to be a fixed color. It could cycle throughout the color spectrum, breathe colors in and out, but they've also added their screen sampling effect, which I thought was pretty interesting. And what this does is it pretty much samples colors from on your display and it'll bring it to your mouse. So for example, if my wallpaper is like a blue, it'll light up blue. If I put up a new window on there, it'll go white. Whatever color you have in the certain section of the screen that you choose to sample, it'll then reflect that color onto your mouse, which is pretty cool. Not really necessary, but it's cool that it does that. It's also going to go in and link to the light sync speakers, which kind of make this whole screen sampling thing. I typically just leave the mice either white or blue when I'm gaming. So before we wrap this up, I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to talk to Logitech for a minute, because I understand a lot of companies out there, like I said before, with the higher end numbers, 16,000 DPI, needed to kind of, refresh it for 2018, which is understandable. But as a longtime user and a lover of the G502, got the newer one, my own custom Random Frank P one. Yes, you should also put out a white version Logitech. If you're listening, that'd be great. And then the original Spectrum here with G502. Longtime user, I love the mouse. And when I heard there was a new G502 coming, I was really hoping for a wireless version. I know you guys can do it. The G900 was awesome. The G902, I believe it was also great. I would absolutely love if you guys could put out a G502 wireless, and that would that'd make my heart very happy. So if you're listening, this is my chance to reach out to you guys and say, please make this happen. I'm not alone. I see it all the time on Twitter posts to you guys and comments. People are requesting a mouse like this. And if you're watching this right now, you should totally hit up Logitech on Twitter and request a wireless G502, or maybe make a white version in the future. That would be greatly appreciated, and I'd love you forever. So guys, I'll wrap it up for the updated look at the Logitech G502 Hero. If you want to check it out, I will put a link for you in the description down below. And one quick note, this is a separate listing on Amazon. You could still find the original G502 for, I believe it's usually on sale for like 50 bucks. And I believe the newest Hero one is going to be released for like 79, between 80 bucks on Amazon. So I'll put both the links down below for you guys in case you want to check it out. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to don't call me. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. Don't forget, tell Logitech we want wireless. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day. How is this gonna work?